Ever since esports was born, Counter-Strike has been the golden child, with players being hailed to the same level as celebrities by fans. As the first esport to showcase that careers can be formed and futures can be carved, gamers and aspiring competitors have worshipped the likes of Glaive, Olofmeister and many more, depicting them as heroes of the genre and painting them as rock stars of the head-clicking community. But while rock and roll will live forever, Counter-Strike is dead, and the dawn of Valorant is here. Counter-Strike has had an illustrious lifespan, but the same continuous patterns have been evolved to their maximum. As a title that thrived on a slow-paced yet explosive and dynamic game style that can be adapted to suit many compositions, CSGO in its current position has been worn out like an old pair of shoes. And despite being a comfortable wear for the 2 decades, there needs to be a new spring in the step of gaming. The time has come for a new challenger to step up and take the throne. Valorant's early display as an unpolished diamond has enough shine to attract players, especially from Counter-Strike. The huge similarity of crosshair precision, combined with an Overwatch-esque array of abilities and stimulating colours, certainly appealed. CS professionals that had grown weary of the tedious and grimacing dust had been teased with a shiny new toy that turned rock stars into googly-eyed teenagers dying for a renewed shot in the limelight. From Sova's Hunter's Fury to the Viper's Pit, Valorant is everything CS had and more. And it didn't take long before the dominoes started to fall. Scream, Shazam, Skadoodle and Hiko were the first to go. Mixwell, Steel, Nitro and Brax would soon follow. Happy, Solo, Vanity and TenZ also decided to plunge the knife into CSGO's back. Established names were making the switch to Valorant, forming teams for world-class organisations, as the fun factor of the game appealed to those who had been preventing CS from an early grave. It wasn't just CS that was suffering either. The Overwatch League, that was seemingly on its last legs amid a pending sequel, also pushed their players to the brink and lost a handful of top professionals in the process. With a similar usage of utility and abilities deployed into a click frenzy battleground, the likes of Baby Bay, Hype, Raucous and ANS all tried their hand at Valorant, leaving Overwatch in a similar decaying state as Counter-Strike. Valorant was picking away at the organs of its competitors, and Counter-Strike was seemingly put on life support. With a new breath of life, Valorant's early esports journey was dominated by players filtering in from a range of FPS titles. Back-to-back Valorant Masters champions Sentinels thrived with Shazam, Sick, Dapper and TenZ, who excelled in Counter-Strike, complemented by Overwatch's Zombs, becoming untouchable but also showcasing the success that is possible by embarking on a new adventure to the promised land. With equally enticing prize pools, a clear pathway to success, and an overall more entertaining experience, more Counter-Strike veterans are bidding farewell to their fair maiden for a taste of the treasures on offer in Valorant. Major winning talents like MBK, promised prodigies such as Jampy, and retired streaming sensations like Tariq and Shroud bode a final goodbye to Counter-Strike with a handful of flowers laid next to its headstone. With Riot Games at the helm, Valorant is thriving and adapting to the hurdles in ways Valve never has. Champions Tour Masters 3 format was one of the most criticised elements of the esports' early history upon its reveal, with an ambitious group stage gauntlet that ended with a single elimination 4-team playoff. With 12 teams going packing after just 3 games, uproar unfolded in the community that was used to developer negligence. But not with Riot. Within 24 hours, the format was flipped on its head and resolved in a split decision which saw the developers worshipped by googly-eyed players that had never seen such responsive care. Riot's reputation for global production is the seal to the deal for aspiring FPS players who, no doubt, tune in to watch League of Legends World's Finals, CGI Flying Dragons, and animated K-pop music phenoms KDA top off many jaw-dropping moments that Riot has produced for those players that reach the heights of their titles. Their ability to roll on the show and raise the curtains in the global pandemic has also enticed fans, sponsors, and players from the likes of CS, where their online competitions are hindering the experience. Live action and arena personalities are selling, and Riot are throwing everything they've got towards putting Valorant in the shop window. Combined with flawless in-game broadcasting and an emphasis on thrilling finishes, Riot's Valorant could soon become a guardian of esports sent down from the heavens, replacing the scene's old guard that has served their time well. The final nail in the coffin for Counter-Strike could well be the death of Astralis and ongoing investigations into match fixing and cheating. With few top caliber players remaining to see out their twilight years, the hungry upcomers may have bent the rules that will bite them in the backside and may well end up truly burying global offensive. The dynasties that have come and gone are dwindling, as Astralis' aging stalwarts could also be fading into retirement, whilst FaZe's warhorses are trotting on their last legs. All good things must come to an end, and for Counter-Strike, the end is near. A true competitor for esports, a game for the history books and archives, a title that has provided countless unforgettable memories. But it's time to move on. In its many forms, from source to global offensive, Counter-Strike has strapped on its armour and fended off competition from a range of adversaries, conquering the genre like a battle-worn veteran of gaming. But just like any great hero of the past, there must be a time where a successor takes over and leads its troops into a new dawn, a new light, a new era of gaming. Long live Valorant.